guys, it's Rachel here with Senza Corso. Wanted to do an update on the dogs. I know yesterday didn't actually do any kind of update, only talked about some studies that I had found whenever I was researching more on the breed. As many of you know, I thoroughly enjoy researching things. I've, quoted studies before because, there's always theory and then there's reality and there's facts and science. And so, facts don't always align with theory or known ideas. And so, it's very interesting to me that as science progresses, that we get, and technology progresses, that we get answers to things that had previously been mysteries. And, hey, pretty girl. And so, pardon me, I will admit that the information that I presented has really angered a lot of people, and it's even caused some people to want to attack me personally, which, what I have to say to people like that is that if you have a problem with the information that I presented, then you don't have a problem with me. You have a problem with the people who made that study. And, and so don't shoot the messenger. I didn't make it up. What I think is interesting is that the study that I quoted really wasn't even about the Cane Corso. It was a study of multiple breeds from Italy. And so it's not like it was biased. They have no reason to lie because obviously it wasn't even about them in that way. They were included in the study, but it wasn't exclusively about them or meant to confirm or deny any type of information that was already present. So because the thing about it is that there's been a lot of claims from a lot of people that there was mixing going on in the American lines. There's even a YouTube channel on here, and I don't remember who made it, but they even had written that they were completely separate breeds and that the American Cane Corso was only in name related to the Cane Corso. And that is obviously not true. Okay, we know that's not true. The study proved that they are Cane Corso. They just have other things mixed in. And the one thing the study didn't go into was whether or not the Italian dogs have anything mixed in. Now, I don't need to see a study to know that that's most likely true, just because, I know the history, as I showed you guys last night. So it was common knowledge that took place, and, it is what it is. So, I don't think that if you have a dog with American lines, or if you bought puppies that have American lines, or if you have a program that's based off American lines, I don't think it's the end of the world. Like Cashmere has American lines. You don't see me like getting rid of her, getting rid of any of my dogs that have her lines. There's really no reason for the knee-jerk reaction that I've seen from a lot of people. I would even go so far as to say the mass triggering going on in the breed community right now, because there's a bunch of people that, while not saying it to my face, are I'm hearing about it, and they're all kinds of upset. And it's like it's difficult to understand because I'm not stating anything that is that wasn't already available. You know what I'm saying? I didn't make anything up. I didn't state anything that wasn't already available for other people to see and research on their own. I was very clear about the part of it that is not proven, which is Dr. Berber and the lines. A pedigree is only as good as the people who bred the dogs. It's only as honest as those people. But what I do know is that Dr. Berber was not okay with the mixing that was going on. He was not okay with the undershot. So he obviously wouldn't have wanted to have thrown boxers in. He was totally into preserving the breed. That was the whole point of what he was doing. So explain to me why the one guy charged with preserving and maintaining this breed is going to be the one guy that's going to do the mixing. It just doesn't make any sense. So, not any logical sense. And I think that that's important. So, but that's opinion. I'm very clear on that. The studies are fact. The studies are what they are. There was some lady that commented calling it a bogus study, but she offered no proof, and that's a classic example of what the community is like. People don't like something you say or proof that you put up, like a study, and then they reply back with an opinion as though that is a valid response, and it's not. If you don't like the results of a study and you disagree with the conclusion, then the appropriate thing to do is for you to find a way to prove that it's not true. What you don't do is go around spouting the known propaganda in an effort to try to bully or sway the person out of their current thinking. That might work for people that are easily swayed by public opinion or needing to be accepted by others, but it doesn't work on people like me, because I don't sway like that. I'm all about the science, and that's why I presented facts and sources with everything that I spoke about. And if anybody disagrees with that, you're more than welcome to. All I ask is that you come at me with facts, that you come at me with studies, sources, anything to disprove what I said, not opinions, not feelings, because that does nothing. So at least not for me. So, having said that, I think that at this point, we all know that we need to be mindful of trying to come back to a breed type that is consistent and that is agreed upon. And I think that the dog that I've seen most people agree upon on average is Bezier. And if you like Bezier, then I think that that's a very good place to start, because I don't believe he's mixed. Okay, I don't. I truly believe that's a Corso. I believe his father was a Corso. He looked just like him. And I think that Merak also showed that same type. So as somebody said, she looked like a skinny Midnight. And it's true that they have that same uniform type. If you were looking at boxer mixes, they wouldn't have a uniform type. You would see some dogs that look like boxers. You'd see some dogs that look like the Corso. It just isn't that way. When you do a fresh mix like that, you don't get that kind of uniform type. So, it is what it is. Not everyone's going to be happy. I don't want for people to feel like an outcast if you have a dog that has American lines, or you have a dog that doesn't look like the Italian dogs. It's not the end of the world. Like I said, I have an American bred dog right there, and I caught a lot of flack for getting her whenever I did. And coincidentally, even by some of the people that are now mad at me for speaking out, which I think is pretty funny. But having said, because they claimed she was a mixed. What's funny is the same people that told me that I am wrong about this breed and those tests are the same people that try to tell me that Cashmere was a mix because she was bred by a guy who breeds band dogs as well. All he did was he used to breed Cane Corso. He decided that he wanted to do his stud was getting really old and he wanted to keep his line alive. It would be no different as if Preacher was really old and I wanted to breed him to maintain his line because I hadn't been breeding anymore. Same thing. He did one purebred breeding. I got a puppy out of it, AKC and ICCF registered, and the same guy sitting here trying to claim that that she was a mix, and yet telling me that I shouldn't believe the stories or the studies that state that the American dogs are mixed. It's just crazy to me. But that's just the kind of logic that you see in this community, and it's unfortunate. I'm all about the truth. I'm just trying to find the truth. I'm not saying that we shouldn't breed these dogs anymore, or that if it has American lines, it shouldn't be bred. What I'm saying is that we need to start moving in the direction of the truth. And that's all I'm saying. And we need to stop breeding dogs that we know to not be mostly Corso. There are people out there that are literally breeding Rottweilers out of Corso lines. Like, they're so focused on that type that they're literally recreating the Rottweiler. It's pretty dang ridiculous. And it's those kinds of people that I have a real problem with. Or the heavy boxer type is the same way. or even the Neo Mastiff type. You know, those are a little bit more obvious whenever you see them. But you know, there's the extremes of all kinds. They need to be, they need to be avoided, and we need to start working together to maintain and preserve the correct breed type, not going around breeding what we want to see and claiming that it's the real thing. You know, you got like four different types of dogs being bred by these people, claiming that they are the only ones with real Corso. And that's a real problem, you know. And let me be very clear. I'm not claiming that I'm the only one that has right Corso. I mean, obviously, you guys understand, right? Logically speaking, I bought these dogs from people in America. So how could I say that? How could I try to claim that I'm the only one with real Corso when I didn't breed these dogs? I mean, I bred 2 of them, but these are other people's dogs. You know what I mean? So logic, you know, like obviously that's not what I'm saying. There's plenty of people out there, American breeders, that have really, really nice dogs. And there are also some people out there that are straight scandalous. And it's important to do your research. What I want you to do is I want you to go through the pedigrees and research the dogs and see for yourself what they look like and what the type should be. That way you can identify on your own what is correct and what is not. Don't take my word for it, you know? Do your own research. That's why I provided the studies, so you would see it. That's why I provided the pictures and the pedigrees, so you can educate yourself. You don't have to take my word for it, all right? You can find out on your own, doing the hard work that I did, staying up, researching, highlighting, going out of my way to make sure that I'm finding accurate information. So anyway, that's that. Cashmere's looking super preggers. I don't know if you can tell, but she's a big old fat girl. She's she's only just now really supposed to be starting to get big from it. She's a little over 30 days now. Can't tell you how I'm excited I am to finally get to keep a first pick male out of my litter with them. So yeah. So anyway, hope you guys are having a good Monday, and I'll talk at you later. Bye.